Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. It is Thursday, and you know what that means? That means the three amigos come back at it, and we have three exciting conversations about real estate investing. Before we get into the topic at hand, let's welcome my guests. We'll start at the bottom there with Dion. How you doing, sir?
Howdy, Mike. Ready for round one?
I love that. And Matt, how are you?
I'm doing super awesome, Mike. Ready for round one as well, but not nearly as dynamically as Dion.
Yeah, round one. You got to get the pause.
But not today.
Not today. Yes. So, hey, I don't know if you guys saw this video out there, but I learned something today. And of course, I'm saying this as much tongue in cheek as I can, but I realized I could be wrong. So I wanted to ask two guys in two different markets. Apparently, Boise, Idaho is the #1 market to watch because as Boise, Idaho goes, every other market must follow 6 months later. I have never heard that. I have never seen that, but I might have missed it. It may not have been my research. So Matt, we'll go to you first. Does Boise, Idaho have any impact on your market?
I mean, clearly they're the bellwether of what's going to happen in the national market. Like, no offense if you live in Boise, but that's just dumb. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, what are they, the 78th largest city in the country? Like, yeah, like all due respect to what's going on in the market. Yeah, as we always talk about, real estate's hyper local. And so whatever happens in Boise, Idaho is going to happen in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I agree with that. How about you, Dion? Maybe on the West Coast, Boise's actually probably closest to you. So maybe Boise is an indicator for what happens in your market.
Well, there's two things going on with the statement from the video. First, Boise's going to crack. Like it's going to be a popping bubble, which I don't see. I still see people from Washington moving to Idaho. I have friends that are moving to Idaho to escape the politics of the West Coast. And not only is Boise one city that wouldn't affect someone where Matt is or where I am or where you are, but like a state like California, everyone says, I live in California, it's a high cost of living area, there's no way I can invest here. Well, you have San Francisco and you have LA, and in between it, you have Kern County, where houses aren't maybe as affordable as the rest of the country, but they certainly aren't as expensive as those big cities. So I don't see Boise popping. People are still wanting to move there, which is increasing demand. And if it did, it might cause some investors in other areas to invest there because buying things at a discount is the goal. So no, I don't see it as a leading indicator of anything that's going to affect my market.
Yeah. So folks, this is, I don't know how to tell people this without sounding arrogant or like a prick, but it is important to watch the national market. Just to, there are big things that you should look at the national market for. Are we in a recession or not? Right? That's national in nature, right? Looking at a potential housing bubble, let's just say Boise went into it. I think we lost Dion. Oh, there he is. So let's just say we were in Boise. Let's just pretend all three of us were in Boise, Idaho, or that was our investment market. And let's say for whatever reason, I don't know, the population was cut in half, building doubled, and suddenly there wasn't, whatever. So it's just Boise, right? Boise affects Boise, as I think Matt said. It might affect Idaho because Boise may be the biggest city in Idaho, right? It is. But it won't impact, it doesn't go past that, right? I did the math, right? Because again, when people come at me, I just look at the numbers. So roughly speaking, there's 328 million Americans. That's the population, roughly speaking. In Boise, Idaho, according to a quick Google search to me, there's about 250,000 people. No matter what happens in any market across the country, 250,000 people, it's not going to trickle in effect 328 million because I did the math. It's 0.07%.
Mike, the market is the 80th largest.
Yeah,
it's literally like the flea on the tail wigging the dog.
It's the flea on the flea of the tail of the dog.
Yeah.
Well, we come back to videos about crashes get clicks.
Yeah.
Because investors and home buyers want there to be some kind of crash or correction for that short little window when they buy, and then they want prices to go back up. And I think what we need to do is remind all of the YouTubers out there that I have the crystal ball.
Yeah, you're the only one that has it.
The only one that has it, right. So if we could get any information out to people watching these kind of videos, it is still always a good day to buy a great deal.
Yes.
Don't be waiting for some crash, hoping for some crash, because you found a channel that gave you confirmation bias and said, here's a reason why it's going to happen, when none of the reasons that caused the last crash are present, just about.
Thanks for changing my entire strategy, Dion. Now I'm not going to sell anything.
Damn it.
Yeah, but when you sell things, it's going to be because you put the money to work somewhere else. So it's not like you're not buying.
Of course. Well, that's the whole funny thing is people are like, see, you sold something. And I was like, and I bought another asset in the same exact thing. It was still housing to housing. I just bought another asset that was going to be a better performer. That's all it was. That's it.
Yeah. So again, so Boise's not the bellwether. It's not the indicator for the rest of the country. I do believe Boise's in a bubble just because of some of the land acquisitions and stuff. But again, bubbles, you know, a local bubble could pop, but it's going to have, it'll be a nit, as you said, a flea on a flea of a tail for the country. The other thing I want to talk about is this same channel is talking about, boy, when the bubble pops in Boise, watch out. 6 months later, everything falls apart. Austin and the Southeast and all these other things. And I'm like, even in the greatest recession that was real estate based, it took 5 years from top to bottom. You idiot, tell me that real estate is going to crash in 6 months. I just can't fathom the uninformed nature of some of these discussions.
But they read it somewhere, Mike.
I don't think they read it. I think they made it up.
They read a title somewhere and they're like, this is correlation.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not. Still no. I mean, again, at the end of the day, it's what we do. It's why we talk about what we talk about, which is all three of us do work in our market every single day, without fail, except for when Dion's on his press tour and hugging wives and kissing babies, you know, and meeting followers. But I mean, we do the work every single day. And that's where you can stand. That's where you have a level of confidence, right? So everyone gets so scared about it, Mike, and they don't take a course. They just read the headlines. And it's like, and then they're formulating their opinion on headlines or even a 90-second or 2 minute and 30-second soundbite from Diana Olick.
Yeah.
That's a horrible, horrible idea. Do the work yourself, look in different areas, see where other people are being successful, pattern after that, but do your own homework, Marv. And extra points if you can actually answer that in the questions and tell me what movie that's from. But yeah, I mean, people need to do their own homework. They got to do their own homework.
Yeah. What I would tell most people is stop looking nationally. Stop looking for the crash. Go take that 20 minutes of just wasted time and go look at deals in your market. Do the math, do the work, grow your network. Stop watching the national real estate market because, as Dion correctly said, it is always a great day to do a great deal. But if you're not doing the work, you're lazy and you're looking for confirmation bias and excuses for not doing anything. I think Dion said it well.
Yeah. And the reason for doing the work every day is because we have the media and we have YouTube channels that get the most attention when they talk about things like a crash or a correction. And some of us have a short memory. So we think of March 2020, when we wake up one day and the stock market is down 30%.
Right.
So our brain says the stock market went down 30%, real estate can go down 30%, not thinking of how long and how sticky the prices are, you know, taking 5 years. Because we talk about the 2008 crash like it was when the real estate crash happened. But the best time to buy wasn't until 2011 or 2012.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing now. So saying things like the bubble's going to pop is very frustrating because it tells people to sit on the sidelines when that's the last thing that they should be doing. Yeah,
I would tell folks that, you might be in a market that's a bubble market. There are some bubble markets out there. But if you're not doing the work every day, you blame yourself. Because even in bubble markets, you can still find a great deal, especially this next 4 months where you have tax incentives and you have frustrated landlords and you have this and you have that. Go buy some junk that doesn't appraise, doesn't go FHA, it's just the right time to do the work. I wish more people would do the work and stop listening to idiots talking about Boise being the indicator for the rest of the country.
Mike, if you could just email me those channels, I'd like to send them out to all my fellow competitors in my area.
I will do that.
Everybody look. Yeah, I'd like to make sure that they're watching those every day, and maybe I can buy a couple portfolios from them. That'd be wonderful.
There you go, guys. Dion, thank you for this. I love your statement about it always being a good day to buy a great deal. How can people follow you and be part of your world?
right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, and I'm pretty active on Bigger Pockets in the forums and on the Facebook groups.
And yourself, Lumberjack?
Lumberjacklandlord.com, Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube, and one rental at a time as well, multiple times a week, and lots of fun. And in the Facebook group on Saturdays. And seemingly, I wake up every morning to Facebook alerts. It's a new part of my life, and I'm like, let's talk a little real estate this morning.
There you go. There you go. Well, thank you very much, guys. I have a very exciting topic for number 2, and that is bidding wars on rentals. That should be a fun conversation. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Mhm.